Pikachu from Pokemon, and we are going to be making her ears and her tail. So let me show you what you will need for that. You will need cardboard for the tail and cardboard for the ears. You will need a headband that's going to support the ears. You might want to get a thicker one, and then maybe kind of like a cloth one. Move my camera. So you're going to need some hot glue. You're going to need yellow felt, a pencil. You're going to need black felt and possibly some brown felt. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to design Ashlyn's ears. So I'm going to take the cardboard and I'm going to draw her ears. Using the headband as kind of a reference on how big we should do them, because Pikachu's got some pretty long ears. So I think I'm gonna go like that. And if you mess up, that's okay. You can always get cardboard on the other side and do it. I recommend taking a really strong pair of scissors, or even maybe box cutter, because cutting cardboard is not fun when you just have scissors. So then you're going to cut the ears out. To trim them up, because I don't want it to look like that, because that's going to look flat. I need it to look like a round ear. So I'm going to follow my line as best as I can. And then make the point at the top. This Pikachu's got kind of pointy ears. So that's the first one. Okay, so what I will do is, because I don't like the other shape of the other one that I drew, I'm going to use this as my stencil or my template, and I'm going to trace around it so I can have the same size. So this ear is going to go this way. So then I'll flip it so that it goes the other opposite way. I'll cut it out. I'm thinking I might have to double up on her headbands, because I think I got a small size when I was out shopping yesterday. So trim it up. And you can make them as long as you want. Totally up to you. I want to make her the ear a little bit more pointier. So there is Pikachu's ears. You can always double them up to make it sturdier, so that way it's fuller effect. So you got that side and then that side, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to trace these again and make 2 more. This is what I don't like about cutting cardboard. You get going and then sometimes you get stuck. I do suggest, if you are going to use a box cutter, that you have your parent help you with it. If you're an older girl, then maybe just have them on standby just in case. And then for the younger girls, yes, most definitely, you definitely need your parents there to help you with it. Okay, so I'm going to put it up against my other ear, and you can see that there is extra, so I need to trim it. So you can see down there that that's the extra part right there. I need to trim that because I need to match it up exactly, otherwise it's going to look funky. We want your mom or your dad or an adult to help you, because when you get burned by the hot glue gun, it's not fun. I've gotten burnt plenty of times. Just put it everywhere so it sticks. Mainly you want to make sure you have it on the edges so that it stays. These are on this side. Alright. And then we've got our ears. Okay, girls, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to take your piece of felt, lay it down, put your headband on top, and then what I did to make it easy for me is I cut out a centerpiece for it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold down the top part, put some hot glue right here, push it down. And you're going to do the same. You're going to take the sides and fold them in. So I'm going to put some more hot glue right here, all the way down. I'm going to do one side at a time. Don't worry, I'm going to fix it to make it look good. So I'm going to go to the other side. Okay, girls, so this is the final product. What I did is I kept wrapping the headband over and over again with pieces of felt to make it thick. So that's the final product. I'm pretty sure there are other, like I said, smoother, easier ways. This is my first time actually doing this, so, you know, the whole point of, you know, learning about cosplay and learning about special effects makeup is that you have to do a lot of test trials. You need to figure out things. How does it work? How does it look? The components, everything behind it. So it's going to take a lot of practice to get to where the professionals are, or even to be where you think you should be. So patience, patience, patience. I've already burnt myself a couple of times on here because of this. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to set that off to the side to dry. We're going to move on to the ears. We're going to cover the ears with the felt. Okay, so we're going to cover the ears. Take off the price tag. We're going to cover them that way. So it's all about folding it, making it look as tight as possible so it looks like that, okay? So here we go with the hot glue. First I'm going to want to let's take this side, the top part down. So I'm going to want to put my glue. Other side, put some glue right here. Oh, see, look, I put glue there and I didn't even need it yet. So I'm gonna put glue right here. I'm gonna fold it down. And the reason why I didn't fold it all the way across is because I want to be able to still have this point up here. So I'm gonna have to fold it even more to kind of give it that point and smooth it out. And then I'll just probably put a little dab right there so that it stays down. Push it down. See it pop back up. So I'm going to take my scissors, or you can take another tool. Push it down. Okay. All right. So now I need to fold it again because I'm trying to make it as smooth as possible. So you want it as tight as possible. So put some hot glue right there. Fold it in. And it's absolutely necessary that before you even put these on, you make sure all the hot glue has dried. So now we're going to take this side and fold it in. And you can see I need some glue right here to hold that side down. So I'm going to flip it. Back over. So that piece won't stay down. If you need to hold it for a few seconds, you can. So then we're going to fold it again. Remember I said as tight as you can. You're just going to keep working with it. So for all the moms out there who do make homemade costumes, so much props to you. So much respect. My mom used to sew, or she still sews. She knows how to sew. She used to make our costumes even like that. Okay. So for Ashlyn's, because we're doing it for purpose or picture purposes, we're just gonna leave it like that. So that's one of the ears. So now what we're gonna do is we need to take a piece of black felt, because Pikachu's got black at the top of his ears. Oh, is Oh, so there are some, I didn't even notice that. So there are some felts that already have the adhesive behind it, so that means that it just will stick automatically. So woohoo for us, score. But if you don't find that, you can always just get regular felts and then cut off a piece of it so you can cover up the top part of his ear, because that's where it's black right there. So I'm just gonna cut off a strip like this. And I want to make sure that it covers all of it. So you're gonna have to cut the excess off. So you can see the excess right there. That is where I'm gonna cut. So it's just like tracing. So I'll flip it over so I can see. I still want to leave a little bit of extra because I want to fold it over. Oops, I don't think I left enough extra on that part. We're gonna see. So now what I'm gonna do is kind of smooth out his ears here. So I'm gonna take it off. So much easier, right? Yes, so much easier. Okay, so that's one of his ears. Like I said, you see the back, it's just plain. Even the sides are just plain. So what you can do with your extra strips, you can even put it on here to make it more. Go ahead and do that so that way the sides are at least covered. Match it up as much as possible. Oh, sorry, working off camera here. Closer to me. Okay, so I have one little piece left that I'm gonna do. Cover right here. And that's the ear. That's what it looks like. So there's one down. One more to go. And then we're gonna move on to the tail. Maybe some pillows. So what you're gonna do is put a thin layer on both sides. So you can take the hot glue and put glue everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna do some more. kind of match up the shape of the cardboard. So you just draw, for the cardboard, you just draw a zigzag shape, however big you want it, however small, depending on who's wearing it. So like if I were to wear it, I'd probably want a bigger tail. Here. Remember, it's just a thin layer. So I got one side done, I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. So that's what it looks like. Finish up the tail.
I like your hair like that. It looks pretty.
It's pretty ugly.
Okay then.
Stop, you guys. I'm recording. Alright, so the tail is done with the polyfill. See, it's all fluffy now. What you're going to do next is you're going to take it and cover with felt. You're going to need to do it in pieces or in sections. Make sure you leave excess hanging out because you're going to have to connect it. Okay, so the next step that you're going to do after you have the polyfill, the stuffing in it, is you're going to cover it with your felt. So you're going to lay the bottom with your felt, and then you're going to lay the top with your felt, and you're going to match it up, and then you're going to put hot glue in here so that the seams close. And so you want to get it as close as possible to the shape of the tail, and then what you're going to do is you're going to cut off the excess. What you can do is take some extra felt, cover it up because it's got glue right there. Plus I can fill up that gap a little bit more for the ear. And the same thing on the other side right here. Cover it up. And then there's the ears. So that's the finished product for the ears. I'll glue those down in a minute. Now I've got the tail. So, as I was telling you before, what it is, oh, I need to glue that piece too, is you take the tail, make the shape. I know it's not the best zigzag, but you and your mom or whoever you're working with can work out the best. So what you're gonna do is lightly, so you make your cardboard zigzags, then you put some of the stuffing, a thin layer of the stuffing, and then you're gonna put the felt, the yellow felt, down and cover both sides completely. And then what you do is you hot glue the seams. So you hot glue where you want your zigzags to be and all the way around, and then you just cut off the extra. So what happened with me is I cut it too short, so I had to take some extra pieces and just seal it. And as you can see, there's a piece right there that I need to cut off. So that's the tail. This is where it's going to connect to the body, and then that's the point. So Pikachu has brown on the beginning of his tail right here. So we're going to take the same thing. And I don't have to worry about hot glue because this has got the adhesive on the back for this felt, which is very, very nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half. What's going on with my scissors? Cut it in half. And I'm going to take these pieces and fold it in. Oops. So peel off the plastic. And I'm just gonna fold it over. Making sure all of the creases are good. Following my pattern that I made. Flip it over and can see better. So with some of the seams, if you miss it and it's got like gaps in it, that's okay, because in this adhesive, or this brown adhesive, since it's sticky, it's got the sticky side to it, it'll help hold it down, which is what I need. So that's the front side. Okay, so then we go to the back side. I think what I'll do is measure it, because I don't want it to come back to the front. I only want it to cover the back. So as you can see, like I could probably cut off that piece right there. So what I'm going to do, flip it over and trace it out. So I'm going to cut right here and all the extra off, because I don't want that to show on the front or on the sides. Measure it up. If a little bit folds over, that's okay. It'll look good. It goes like that. Match it up. Hold them together. Push them all together. Okay, so what you can do is, because it kind of looks a little plain, so if you want, you can take your scissors and cut a zigzag material or design on the front and the back so that it gives it a little bit more. It's probably better that they used. You do this, if you were to use regular brown felt, it'd be easier since this is the adhesive one, sticky. Just lightly pull it up. Make sure you don't cut open the yellow felt because otherwise you're gonna release the stuffing. Let's see. So I got one. I'm gonna do one more on this side. Remember not to cut the yellow felt. You can make them how big or how small, ever you want. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of trim this middle piece right here to make it look like a point. I can get it too. Alright, so that's that part. Pikachu's tail. I'm gonna do the back. Fold the outside down, and then I'm gonna trim this piece again in the middle, just like I did the other side. Does that look like a point more? Pushing these pieces down so it'll stay. Okay, and that is Pikachu's tail. So I'm pretty sure your guys' will come out a lot better, but hey, this is my first time attempting to make Pikachu. Normally what I do for costumes is I will go to secondhand stores and I will look for, you know, if I would have had more time, I would have gone to a secondhand store to maybe buy a yellow dress and do it that way, and buy a yellow headband and maybe it'd be better if, you know, if your mom or grandma or whoever knows how to sew, if they could possibly sew this and stuff it that way. That's another way. Since I don't know how to sew, I went the route of hot gluing. So yours might turn out better than mine, but not bad for first time DIY. So you spent about, let's see, I think maybe like 10 bucks or so, because the cardboard I already had. I bought the headband, the felt, and adhesive felt. Maybe if you don't have hot glue sticks. So it's not that bad. A couple bucks for these pieces. So I'm going to show you the rest of my daughter's costume. And we went a simple route. We bought a tutu and a shirt and some long socks. What you can do with the tutu actually is you can buy the tulle material and you can sew it, or you can actually tie it. There are many YouTube videos on how to actually put tutus together like that. So totally up to you, whatever you want to wear.